Yo, welcome back to the channel, here for day 9 on the road to full planche. I'm planning to do some band work today, so I will be going to the gym. The past couple of workouts have been a little bit shorter due to different reasons, but I'm expecting this one to be a little bit longer than usual. And of course, we're still trying to perfect the advanced tuck, so that's why I'm planning to train with the band. It's only a matter of time, man. Every workout's bringing me one step closer. I've been consistent, and we're gonna keep it up. So yeah, I think that's all I got, man. Let's get to it. Alright, so first up, I'm doing attempts of the advanced tuck as usual. The first set I mess up though when it comes to extending my legs because my back doesn't look good. So the first set was kind of a wash, but I quickly cleaned it up because the second set looks a lot better. And this resistance band is very light. It's the lightest one I have, and it really feels like I don't have any assistance. So I might go back and forth between this one and my other one. I do a lot of attempts of the advanced tuck, and I do that because I want to get a lot of volume to make me stronger in the position. And the band is just there for, keeping my hips on the same line as my shoulder. I think there were a couple of sets where my hips were pretty close to being on that same line. And even though it's still not there quite yet, I know I'm building a lot of strength, so it's only a matter of time. All right, the next exercise is elevated pike push-ups, and I'll be honest, this might have been even tougher than the advanced tuck planche attempts. I'm using high parallettes, which means my range of motion is going deeper, so that makes them even more difficult. In the second set, I tried moving the parallettes closer because I want my wrists to be in the same line as my hips. But after the first rep, I was already kind of tired, so I moved the parallettes a little more forward to finish out the set, and I still do them, but I was really getting exhausted doing these, so I had to take a breather and then finish out the last couple of reps. And it was kind of more or less the same thing for the third set. I think my pike position was a little worse. My hips were a little bit farther back than my wrists were, but I still try to lean forward, and these are pretty deep since the parallettes are high, so I'm still trying to work on the shoulder strength, and I'm building strength in general since the parallettes are high, but this was just a tough exercise for me. The third set was holds of the tuck planche, and I'm trying to emphasize getting my hips on the same height as my shoulders. And the first couple of sets, I think my hips are a bit too low, and it wasn't until the third set that I really thought about just bringing my butt up more, and I didn't hold it for as long as I did for the other ones, but the form was perfect, so that was good. Next exercise was a wall handstand hold, a conditioning exercise for strengthening my shoulders. I want to do a lot of handstand work as I get further along my planche journey. I plan to unlock the handstand push-up and the 90-degree handstand push-up along the planche because I know those moves work at the same part of the shoulder, and I've seen a lot of athletes do those exercises as part of their planche workout. The only thing for me was that with the wall handstand, you want to get your hands as close to the wall as possible, and my shoulders have never been that flexible or mobile, so that was as close as I could get them. So it led to my body not really being in a stacked position. Like if you look, my wrists and my shoulders are on the same line, but my hips and my legs are on a different line. They're behind my wrist and my shoulders. And if my shoulders were more flexible, if I could bring my hands closer to the wall, then the form would be perfect. And there have been times where my wall handstand was pretty good, but overall, I think my shoulder mobility could use a bit more work. I do still work on it, I just don't include it as part of my planche training, so you don't see it in these videos. All right, this next exercise is a straight arm wide plank. This is honestly one of my favorite straight arm exercises. Basically what you do is you start in a plank position with your hands shoulder width apart. I hold it for 10 seconds and then I move my hands farther apart in increments of 5, hold for 10 seconds and then repeat. Basically trying to get my hands as far apart as I can while keeping my arms straight. So you're not really worried about scapular protraction or how your hips are positioned. This is purely just about keeping your arms straight, and once you can't keep them straight, then the set is pretty much over. This is really good for not only for building straight arm strength, but for Maltese practice, because I do get my hands pretty far, although it's not at a Maltese level where your wrists and your shoulders are on the same line, but it looks pretty impressive at the level that I'm at. So this is one of my favorite, and I think one of the best exercises for conditioning your straight arm strength and the tendons around your arms. The only thing is that I would not train this every day. I would definitely wait a couple of days because it can start to feel like your arm's going to fall off if you do it too often. And then last step, of course, is the planche lean. pretty fundamental to the planche. One of my favorites. I think with this one, I opted to hold it a little longer. I think I did 20 seconds for each set. And I focused more on my protraction, so not so much on leaning forward. I think I could have leaned forward a little more, but I kept my protraction pretty strong, and that's what I focused on with this one. So yeah, that was the workout for day 9. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.